and welcome to Project Raider. Yes, I've decided to do a new project, and as you can see, it is the Marquis Raider from Voyager. That was also featured in Deep Space Nine, and if you haven't watched those two shows, go and watch them. They're absolutely fantastic. This is a very unusual kit. When I seen it, I thought, oh well, I've got to have that kit, not only because of Chakotay and because of the Raider, but because it's not really a ship that's associated with a recognised governing or even organised body, really. It's part of the Maquis, who were fighting against the Cardassians for their independence and their freedom, and to some extent they're also fighting against the Federation. It's first featured in Voyager when they get sent off to the, I do believe it's the Delta Quadrant, and then later on it's featured very heavily in Deep Space Nine when Captain Sisko is sent to basically put the Marquis to rest. And it's an absolutely beautiful model. It's very heavily detailed. It's an old model from 1995, so I was really lucky to find it and to purchase it. It was expensive, but it's worth it just for the level of detail, and it's such a rare model. It's just, you just don't see them. So I thought I'd just show you the box and the box art first, because the box art is really beautiful in the instructions and the rest of the model. So here we can see it, absolutely gorgeous, and the inside, and this is what I love about it. You've got the Marquis logo, which is absolutely gorgeous, and you've got a little bit of writing there, and it's just basically talking about the battle that Chakotay is having with this I do believe it's a Gala class Cardassian ship, and they're making his escape into the Badland. And if you watch the series of Voyager and Deep Space Nine, that's where the Marquis live in the Badland, because it's such a turmoil and rough place with all the plasma storms and so on and so forth, that you basically got to be crazy to go in there. And this is some of the box art on the side. It's really very, very beautifully detailed, the box, and the box is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just show you the box first. And of course, there's Voyager, and there's a Kazon Raider. Fighter, sorry. I showed you the skill level this is appropriate for as well. So we'll just leave that there because we'll be referencing back to that. First thing is you get some nice clear transparent parts, and these are for the cockpit. That's by there. There's only about, there's only about 4 of them in there. There's not much, but yeah, it'll look really nice. What I've got here also is the stand. I love this stand, and I'll be painting this the same colour as that with a black background. But I have noticed that the part that goes in there and then onto the base of the ship, makes the ship very wobbly, not very sturdy. So I'll be making a additional base of this, then putting a pole through there, and that will go in the base, and that's going to really secure it. But I'll definitely be using this because this is really nice, and obviously I want to replicate this beautiful Marquis symbol, which is absolutely gorgeous. I really like that. Next bit, just show you the detail on this one before we talk about it. Really love the detail on this, and as you can see, it's very, very highly detailed. Really can't praise Rebel enough for their attention to detail for this. There's not many parts with this kit, and because of its size, the detail is really highly detailed. If you look here, you can literally see the fins, and there's absolutely no flash whatsoever. I'm really impressed with the quality of this model. But what I'll be doing is, because I know this year is basically these year and there, and I do believe also on the sides and the back, and also on where the wings are. What I'm going to do here is, where the I know the light comes out in between like the little power coupling things, so I'll be drilling that out and then filing it out so the light can shine through. Yes, I'm going to put lights on this and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'll be doing the same with these two as well. So where the pylons meet, there's like a drop or a gap here, and I'll be filing that out so the light can shine through, because I know that here and here and also on the wings I think this blue light comes out. And obviously these are the wings here. I do believe these are the underside of them. And that's the top of the cockpit, which is that part there, and obviously that part which goes there. And this is the last spur. There's only two spurs with this kit. Like I said, there's not a lot with this kit, but because of its size and because of its the moulding, you do get a lot of detail. So I'll just show you the detail on this one. And these are obviously the wings, and these here, those are all the support struts that go, literally are those there. So there's a lot of support there, and this is the part that the wings actually go into, and this is lit as well, and these are the parts that go on the rear. And these are also the rear part as well. I think these are the impulse engines or the warp engines. I'm not sure. Yeah. Please feel free to comment and let me know if they are warp engines or impulse engines. That's the photon torpedo one there. That's for the nose. So it's very unusual design and layout of the ship, but that's because it's Marquis. They don't really have any shipyards or any factories or anything really. They just literally have to salvage whatever they can, and most of it is a lot of bishing and boshing together from whatever they've got really. Because they're the Marquis, they're not a governing body. They're not a real recognised organisation. They're just a bunch of farmers, probably librarians, and other people that have just come together here to fight the atrocities not only of the Cardassians but the insurrections really of the Federation that have just, well, as they said, felt abandoned by them. Anyway, back onto the model. So yeah, that is the top part of the model, and these struts here will go into these holes here, sort of look like that, and that will look very nice. And we have the actual ship itself. This is I'll just show you how big the ship is first of all. It's a fairly big size. I have a nice ruler here, so you can see from the ruler just how big the ship is. It's a fairly big size. This is the top part of the ship. If you look at the nose, it's got a lot of detail on it, because I've had a look at the instructions already, and and this is the reason why I want to do this model, because I want to practice my Aztec. It's got all Aztec all the way around here, and it's actually detailed to actually see the Aztec as well. Aztec, and very, very highly detailed model this is. I'll just show you it. But lots of detail. And all this will get detailed as well, as you can see from the model, so that will look really nice. Nice gold effect. This light, the lights I'm going to have are going to be blue, red, and probably some white as well, because the cockpit will be white. And these are the phasers. Very nice model. Very, very pleased with it. And this is the underside. As you can see, once again, there's more Aztec in. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that, but I'll probably do some masking and then do some painting on it, and it will look really nice. Just show you this. And then if we put the two together, there we go, you can see where all the gaps are and where all the bits and pieces go. Do believe, there we go, those parts, these parts here, go there like that, and will look very nice. And you can see where the wings will go as well. But yes, that's how it will look. And she's a really big model, so you can get a lot of detail on here. There's a lot of space inside her as well, so there can be no problem with fitting lights and doing your cables and your wiring. And there's a nice bit of space there as well for the support bracket. Really pleased with the quality of this model and the detail. For an old kit, it really is knocking a lot of kits out of the ballpark today. This is the instruction manual. As you can see, it's very old, the paper's faded, but as you can see from there, that's when this model was commissioned in 1995. We'll just quickly have a look for this. So it has you starting off doing the two parts together and then putting the glass in. And of course you have a colour code there, an instruction manual, and do's and don'ts. I highly recommend you that you read that. And then you move on to the other sub-assemblies of the main body, such as the housing to hold the wings and the top part of the cockpit, and then that big piece that goes on the back of the ship. And then you do more sub-assemblies of the rear, and then assembling of the wings, and then attach the wings, and then attach the model to the base, and if you so wish, that's the model completed. But for most of us, we like to paint this, so there is a very detailed painting guide. I will more than likely be using this and referring it back to whatever information I can find on the internet, and also a couple of Star Trek websites that I know of. And as you can see there, it's got the Aztec in, so there'll be a lot of light grey, neutral grey, dark grey, and it's like a greeny grey. And that's the underside of the ship. So an awful lot to do. There's no decals of this kit because, like we've already said, it's a Marquis ship. So whatever the ship is made out of, bits and pieces from whatever they've salvaged or made themselves, and that was probably time consuming enough, so there was no time to put recognition numbers on it or an insignia of any kind. So that is Project Raider, and in the next part I would have done some of the landscaping, because I'm going to go off now and do some of the landscaping, and then we'll take it from there. I'll probably break this down into 3 parts, so there'll be phase 1 will be landscaping, then phase 2 will be painting and detailing, and then I'll probably make the base. I'll probably jumble those around as and when I need them. But until then, and of course part 2 of Project Raider, take care and have a nice weekend. Bye now.